I'd like to welcome you to our 8th annual Export Expo. My name is Paula Murphy. I'm director of the Massachusetts Export Center, and we're part of our state Small Business Development Center network. We have a lot to talk about today and a jam-packed agenda. Not only have we been through a number of years with rapidly changing trade policy in such areas as sanctions and export controls, but we have a new administration in place in 2017. We are seeing some significant shifts in how the federal government is approaching trade policy across a number of areas, including trade agreements, including the impending NAFTA and KORUS renegotiations, tariff policy, sanctions, and much more. We've assembled a top-notch speaker roster for this year's Export Expo, including representatives from the public sector as well as private industry, to discuss these changes and provide guidance for what exporters should be doing to prepare.
Thank you, Paula, for that very nice introduction, and thank you all for being here. I got just a few words about the Export Center. Any company that's even thinking of dipping their toe in the export environment would be crazy not to leverage this organization. What a trusted, knowledgeable resource the Massachusetts Export Center is. And speaking for the Department of Commerce, we're grateful to have Paula and her amazing team as partners in what we do.
International trade is particularly important to the Massachusetts economy. In 2016, Massachusetts exported $25.9 billion of made-in-America goods to the world, which supported an estimated 112,000 jobs across the state. Your top country export markets are Canada at $3.1 billion in goods, followed by Mexico, $2.5 billion, and China, $2.2 billion in mass exports.
We're going to get right into the town hall. As many of you may know, town halls are all about you and your questions. Let's just open it up right now. Anybody have questions for our panel here this morning? This is going to be a free-flowing back and forth questions and discussion. So I see hands right there.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of developments on the foreign policy front. We've also seen a big change in administration here. So from my point of view, there's really two key changes. One, we've had a lot more interest in actively using sanctions as a policy tool in probably the last year of the Obama administration and the first year so far of the Trump administration. We've also seen an increasing proliferation of lists that are not the standard list that people are used to checking, and additional compliance obligations on U.S. and non-U.S. parties that they have to go beyond simply list-based sanction screening. So I think those are the changes that I see from a macro perspective.
Our priorities are to continue the good work begun under export control reform, which really means not loosening controls, but making them more user-friendly to our regulated community. We'll certainly continue doing that, but we'll also continue being very responsive to the national security threats facing us. Many of those are nations that we're familiar with, China, Iran, Russia, but there are also some other threats, most of which manifest themselves one way or the other through access to our technology. And so our job is to make sure that that technology stays in the right hands, helps grow our economy, but doesn't empower our adversary nations.